If you're not eating any of the following foods, the chances that you are going to get cancer is very high. And that is according to this book here. It is titled Eat to Beat Disease: The Body's 5 Defense Systems and the Foods That Could Save Your Life by Dr. William Lee. So we are going to get into the foods that if you're not eating, you are going to get a cancer. Number one, we have foods made from soy. So here you have soy milk, soy curls, dried edamame, white miso paste, frozen edamame pot, soy sauce, soy yogurt, tempeh, textured vegetable protein from tofu, soy nuts. In a nutshell, everything related to soy. If you're not eating any of these things, then know that your chances of getting cancer are very high, because I'm going to explain why that is the case, okay? And then let us go to the next one. This is different types of tomatoes. If you're not eating tomatoes, you are going to get a cancer. But specifically, you have the cherry tomatoes. Those are the tomatoes that are extremely important. And you actually have to put it in, you have to cook it in olive oil in order to increase the chances of it working towards like the benefit of your body. The book also says that you can use Heirloom tomatoes, but okay, yes, those two, cherry tomatoes and Heirloom tomatoes. And then let us go to the third food that if you're not eating, you are going to get a cancer, okay? And the third food is broccoli. Listen, I know that in so many parts of the world, I don't remember growing up and seeing broccoli. So probably this food is not found in all parts of the world. But if it is found in your part of the world, make sure you eat broccoli, because if you're not eating it, you're going to get a cancer. And the reason, all of these foods are just foods that help you prevent cancer. And I'm going to explain the science behind it very shortly. And then you have kale. Kale is one of those, there are different types of kale. Common kale, Yacinato, Kale, red bouquet, red Russian kale, baby kale, Siberian kale, ornamental kale. To be honest with you, I grew up in Cameroon and I don't remember seeing any kale when I was growing up. So if you do not have kale in your part of the world, let's just eat soy because soy is also important. Let's go to the next one, and this is stone fruits. I actually bought plums today because I was like, I read the book, right? And I was like, I need to take the things that they're preaching in these books very seriously. So when I went shopping today, I bought plums, and I decided to add plums in my diet because this is one of the stone fruits, right? You have plums, you have mangoes, you have what are the other stone fruits? You have plums, you have mangoes, all of those fruits that have a stony thingy inside. You have apricot, you have salmon berry, you have lychee, you have marionberry, nectarine, green almond. Those are the foods that if you're not eating, you're going to get cancer. And then let us go to the next one. You have the list of seafoods. The author actually says that those who eat seafood are going to live for forever. And I was like, oh yeah. And I actually happen to know someone in my real life that eats a ton of seafood, and he really looks way younger than he actually is in real life, like based on his real age. So I'm just saying that to say you should be eating seafood, all types of seafoods. This is like a long list, so I'm not going to get into this long list, but moral of the story, you should be eating seafoods. And you have those ones that are extremely they have a ton of omega-3 acids. Those are the fish that you should be eating. So let us talk a little bit about the science of this and why this matters. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to put on the screen some of the screenshots of the things that the author says. We all have cancer cells in our bodies, and you have to think about your body as this kind of a host of different cancer cells. But the idea is that these cells are dormant. Yes, these cells are dormant, right? They are not active, they're not doing anything. And then now, the way you live your life, the foods that you eat, the things that there is actually a quote that talks about 90 to 95% of cancer cells are caused by lifestyle, and then 30% of deaths are caused by cancer deaths are caused by food related stuff. That is why this video starts with telling you the things that you should be eating. Okay, and then what happens is the cancer cells are dormant in your body, and then when there's a trigger, when something triggers them, then those cancer cells start growing and they start progressing. And the idea is that we do not want to ever get to the point where we get to the cancer progressing, right? We do not want that case. And then now you have this cancer growth cycle where like you have the blood vessels formation, nutrient supply, continuous growth, and then you have now cancer proliferation. We never want to get to that stage in our lives. That is the reason why it is important to eat the foods that we mentioned earlier, such that your body can help prevent the cancer. I am including as a challenge, I am making sure that each week I include one of these things in my diet. So I'm going to be starting, I started with plums. I bought plums today, and these are the plums that I got. This is probably like let me see, this is like this was like 500 yen. And then I also eat a ton of cherry tomatoes. So you let me know in the comment section what are the things that you're going to be adding in your diet from the things that I said in order to help work your system better, such that you do not start activating those dormant cancer cells. And if you're wondering who I am going to take a little chance to introduce myself. My name is Sylvie. I am a trained teacher and a PhD holder. And recently I lost my job, and I had this epiphany of how do I find my way back? And in my bid to sort of find my way back to like myself again, I realized that school did not prepare me for the real world. There are so many things that I did not learn. So now I am on this mission to learn the things that I wanted to have been taught in school. And these are things related to health, wealth, relationships, and artificial intelligence. So I'm not an expert. I am not a guru. As you can see, I'm using books and I'm reading and I'm sharing with you all, and I'm making sure that all of this is very short, like one lesson a day. Like today we learned about the foods that we should eat in order to prevent cancer. Full stop. We're not going any further. Next week we are going to learn something else. So if you're someone interested in learning things related to health, come every Tuesday. You are going to get new content. If you're interested in learning things related to wealth, because I am actually reading the book A Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco, one lesson each day, so that we keep the videos short. And then on Thursdays, I'm reading the book Social by Matthew Lieberman. So if you want to learn how your brain works and why we are so connected in the world, come on Thursdays. You are going to get content about relationships. And I saw ads that are saying hire AI and not human beings. So on Fridays, I'm going to be sharing what I am learning in the field of artificial intelligence. So if those are things that are interesting to you, please do well to join me in this learning journey, okay? And I'm sharing, if you don't like to watch videos, I'm sharing the written version of this on Substack. So I share this one lesson every day, and then on the weekend I put all of the notes together, and then I have like weekend notes. So if you're someone that is interested in leveling up your life, I think health, wealth, relationship, and AI are topics that we all should be learning. So you can subscribe to the paid version of the newsletter on the weekends, and I'm going to share with you all my notes on everything that I learned during the week, because I cannot share these videos have to be short, so I cannot share everything. Okay, so yeah, that is what we are going to be doing. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Bye.